Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. I really need to get on the ball with these flip throughs so I can get all caught up. Okay, so this is my May June Fibonacci. Okay, and we left off on this page here. So let's just continue on. Okay, so this day it was really rainy out, and I was making paperclip embellishments. I'm not really sure which ones they were. Might have been these down here, these coin roll embellishments, which are super fun to make. And yeah, I wasn't feeling all that well. I was feeling quite anxious, but I wanted to get out of the house. So I forced myself to go to Michael's. Which, yeah, I mean, for me, I do have to force myself to go. So anywho, yeah, I tackled some other errands as well, and I picked up some sugar and cream yarn, cotton yarn at Michael's to make some more cat butt coasters and to make some other coasters. Oh, and I also got some really slim crochet hooks, and I ended up making this little tiny, I mean, it's like the size of a dime. And it's just, I'll bring it up closely so you can see it. If you can see it, this right here. It's just a round, you know, but I wanted to see if I could do it. So I did that. I would love to learn how to make, like using thin crochet thread. I would like to learn how to make lace and doilies and trims and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. It might be too fiddly for me, and my hands don't work right sometimes. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And that's it. So then this day here was a Friday, and we did end up going down to the Keys, and the kids actually went with us because they wanted to upgrade their phones. They were able to do that. I don't even know what all that is about, but apparently you can upgrade your phone. And so that's what they wanted to do, so they did. And the AT&T store happens to be, right down the street. So we went there. It took like 2 hours. I mean, it took forever, but anyway, they got that done. And yeah, when I was at home, I had started some laundry. This is a sweet little embellishment from Jan on the group, and that was really nice of her in Happy Mail. And then this is actually just a tip-in from the phone thing, you know, when my kids got their newer phones. So I just used that as a tip-in. I glued on a piece of note paper and wrote my notes about that. And then this background here is music text that I just crinkled up and then smushed some ink over the top of it, and it just touches on the wrinkled parts. So I really love that effect. And yeah, I did some laundry. I filmed and loaded up a bunch of videos and scheduled them, which is what I normally do when I have time. I just sit here and film one video after the other. And some of the quick flips I had set to music. So on my channel here, I have in a playlist quick flips of my Fibonacci in case you're not interested in hearing the backstory and all my yammering and rambling and reminiscing and all that. I do have quick flips, but they literally take me like 2 hours to upload, and it's a 3.5 minute video. I mean, that right there is the reason I don't edit my videos, because it takes forever. So there's that. And then, oh yeah, I was crocheting more rounds, learning how to do the magic circle thing. I remember, I didn't write that in, but I just remembered that I did. And then we headed south with the whole family. Yeah, it had been a really long time since we were all together down there. And then we had been having trouble with our internet down there, so they finally sent out the new router. Yeah, we were going on like 1 month without, I think, 1 month without internet down there. And we hooked everything up and it still wasn't working right. So yeah, that was a saga. Then the next day it was rainy and muggy and whatever. I wasn't feeling all that great. My daughter's boyfriend came down for the rest of the weekend, and because we were going to go looking out at boats, my husband wanted to go look at boats. They are super expensive. So yeah, we didn't find anything, but my daughter's boyfriend is a boat mechanic. So he graciously, goes with us if my husband wants him to check things out on the boat and stuff like that. So then we had a lovely lunch at a restaurant down there. And they make this particular restaurant, I love it, makes the best like key lime sauce, and then they put it either on chicken, fish, or alligator. So most of us had the fish. My son had the alligator, which he loves. I enjoy it too. I just didn't feel like having it that day. My husband did not eat, I don't think. He might have had some soup. I can't remember. Excuse me, there's Fred. Yeah, and then since we had such a late lunch, we had just a snacky dinner and we were watching Sons of Anarchy. And I did catch a little bit of the royal wedding that morning. And then on this day, still rainy out, Sunday. So Big Handsome was in a lot of pain. Yeah. Um, Oh yeah, he had tried to eat dinner this night here and it didn't work out. But he was still feeling really bad Sunday when we were getting ready to head back home. So I ended up driving us home. Beauty Queen and Eric, they went on their separate way and went to go have breakfast and everything. And same old Sunday, we got home, I piddled around in my craft room, Big Handsome sorted the bills and all that. He did muster up the energy to work out though. And I love this picture of these rain boots. Excuse me, here's Fred again. It's really kind of funny because here, even though we have a pretty severe rainy season, our summer is our rainy season. Rain boots here are not a common thing. I mean, my daughter has a pair that her boyfriend got her, but yeah, and she wears them all the time when it's rainy out. But yeah, normally we don't wear rain boots anyway. And then this I thought was really funny. Of course, I didn't think it was funny at the time because Jackson, my dog, had no problem spreading his methane gas all over our living room that night. Oh my gosh, it was horrid. So yeah, that was funny to me. Not at the time, but it is now. And then here is a little tea packet that a tea bag comes in. It's my favorite kind of tea. And so I just turn it into a pocket. It's really cute. And then here's a little tidbit too. I know I've shared it before, but I get so many questions about it. If I add a tip in after all of my journaling has been done, obviously I don't want to put a piece of washi tape over this because it would cover up the writing that I've done. So I just simply stick a piece of clear tape over top and it works out fine. Also, a subscriber, Cindy, on my channel just recently asked me about which kind of washi tape I use that sticks the best. And in all honesty, washi tape is a crapshoot. I usually get my washi tape from Michael's. I don't order washi tape on Etsy. I don't order it from anywhere else. If I happen to be in Michael's and see a washi on sale, I pick it up. And sometimes it's really sticky, sometimes it's not sticky enough. And there are times, believe it or not, when it's too sticky and it won't even come off the roll. So like I said, it's a crapshoot when it comes to washi tape. As a safety precaution, I always run a glue stick over my washi tape before I stick it into the book. A little tip for you there. And then on this day here, this is just like a paper about money. It was a Monday, and yeah, same old Monday for us. Had coffee and computer time with Grandma. Big Handsome was feeling really bad, but he went to work. Yeah, oh yeah, he tossed his coffee on the way. Sorry if that's TMI, but that's my husband's life. He tossed his coffee on the way to work. My poor son was so worried about him because they drive into work together. And he had texted me to have me be on call just in case I needed to meet him at the ER. Thankfully, that never happened. He was able to get through the day. I worked in my Phobo. I was worried about my Big Handsome, so I really wasn't in the mood for anything other than doing a few things. I video chatted with my dear friend Brooke from Recreations by Brooke, and I'll put her link below. She has some really fabulous videos on her channel. Yeah, she always makes me laugh, so that was nice. And then I also checked in with Allie to see how she was doing. I know most of you that watch me probably used to watch Dingley Delification, and she is doing well. And a lot of people ask me how she's doing. And she is taking a break off of social media for now. And, we all need a break every now and again, but she is doing well. And this just reminds me I need to check in on her again. Because I miss her videos immensely. Oh yeah, and then that's what this paper here was about. This one here was about money, because we had a conversation that evening with the Gems about what their financial responsibilities at home would be now that they are out of school. They both graduated college and university, and they both have full-time jobs. So it is it's not for necessarily for monetary contribution, even though it is monetary contribution, but it is simply to or for responsibility, and that is their contribution to this household. So we did that, and let's see, on this day, it was Tuesday, still raining. My goodness, yeah, it had been raining for like 2 weeks about. It was crazy. The dogs were waking me up early again. I don't know what their problem was. I was so tired from getting up early from their barking. Yeah, Big Handsome didn't end up at the ER, but he did email his doctor, and he's going to revisit some gallbladder surgery issues and all that kind of stuff at his next appointment. There's always more on Big Handsome's health saga, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, and then I must have been feeling yucky because I spent the rest of the afternoon in bed. I didn't even have the energy to crochet, so I must have been pretty bad. And then let's see, on this day here, this was a Wednesday. This was a really just a page in my Jesus Calling book that really touched my heart that day. And so I photocopied it and tipped it in here. And yes, it was from Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. And this book was given to me sweetly by my dear friend Jerry Bellini, and she is on Recycle Parts for Art, so I'll link her below. Super sweet. This was an embellishment that I got from Annette, so that was really nice, and it fit perfectly in here. Bunch of washi tape. This is from a magazine. I guess I had a headache the last few days, so I woke up and the headache was not around any longer, so that was good. And Big Handsome was feeling a little bit better, so that's good. Yeah. And then this day I started cleaning out my bit boxes, and I started making these little embellishments right here on this pocket. And then yeah, I rested in the afternoon again and watched a chick flick. And then these pockets here, actually, I learned how to make them from Patricia Viramontes. They are super duper cute. They're two, pockets that hold tags. And then these were the clusters I had made from my bits that I had in my bit boxes. And then this here I decided to put on because my daughter went to the Kenny Chesney concert this evening with her boyfriend. She loves country music. She's been to like 20 concerts in her lifetime, and she's only just turning 22. So she loves her country music. So she had a lot of fun at the concert. She really wanted to take her dad, my husband. She really wanted him to go with them because my husband loves Kenny Chesney's music, but it was a no-go because, the venue is like at least 2.5 hours away. So it's like, a 5-hour driving trip to and from, and then the concert, and then all the people. And yeah, there's no way my husband would be able to make that. So it saddened my daughter. This day here, I finally received my replacement crocodile, so that was sweet, and I was working on mastering that little contraption, which is a really fabulous, fun tool to have. And then on this day here, Friday, my husband went in again to the hospital for surgery. He had another resection for a 4th tumor in his esophagus. While I was waiting there, I drew these little girls. All of them have my signature dimple. I always put a dimple in my girls' drawings. This one I got from Pinterest. This one is from James Burke, inspired by his Swatch dolls, and I'll put his link below. And then this one just came from my brain. So I did these drawings in a journal I keep in my purse while I was waiting for my husband. So, and I also worked on a baby blanket while I was there and at the hospital. and they ended up not being able to get the entire fourth tumor. So in 6 to 8 weeks, we had to go back so that they could get the rest of it out. And then today we found out on this day, it was a Saturday, we did not go south because my husband had just had surgery. So we found out subtropical storm Alberto was churning in the Gulf, and he was the first named storm of the hurricane season, which hadn't even started yet. Our hurricane season starts June 1st and goes through November. So yeah, that was weird. And then... yeah, a totally lazy day because my big handsome was resting from his previous surgery. We watched Sons of Anarchy all day. I worked on my baby blanket. Oh yeah, oh my gosh. And then this day, somehow I messed it up. So I ended up ripping out, which is called frogging apparently. So I frogged the entire thing to start over again. Then this day here, I awoke early. My husband always awakens early. Wakes up early, however you want to say it. And so he said, hey, you want to go out to breakfast? And I said, of course I do. I would never pass up a breakfast date out with my big handsome. So we did that. He kept his breakfast down, which was good. And yeah, it was a weird day. This is it was, I don't know. So something with the family was going on, with the extended family was going on, and it was just weird. So anyhow, yeah, this was like a little rant pocket here that I made, and I actually made it out of book text, and I'm sure that I learned it on Patricia Viramonte's YouTube. So I have my little private rant in the pocket there, and then it just slips in here. I want to make a couple more of these, though. They were fun. Then on this day here, this was a Monday, and it was, what was it, Memorial Day? Yeah. And so my kids and my daughter's boyfriend went to a science museum up in the city. So they had a lot of fun. We just had a, boring day. I mean, we just hung out. My husband, though, did pick up some energy, and he made a whole lot of meals for the week. So, yep, we ended up doing that day. I'll try to get through the rest of this month. And yeah, this day obviously was a bed day for me. I wasn't feeling good. I was probably a bit dehydrated, so I was drinking a lot of water. And my son started his peak shift, which is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. this day, so my job during the day is to keep the dogs quiet, which is no easy feat, let me tell you. You know how my dogs are. So anyway, that was interesting. And then, yeah, then this day here, of course, he came home after his, getting home late in the evening and was sleeping. So I had to, again, try to keep the dogs quiet. I worked on some photo pages, and I cleaned my room because my girlfriend Cindy was coming over the next day for a crafty bestie day. Caught up with Beauty Queen when she got home from work, had dinner, relaxed, same old, same old. These are all magazine clippings here, by the way. And then on this day here, my husband, of course, more TMI, he had a severely crappy day, okay? Take from that what you will. And so I sat outside outside the restroom in our house, anyway, and I made a bunch of these. And so, yeah, took care of my big handsome all day. The poor thing. Oh, my goodness. So I made a bunch of these little slides. And I don't know. I can't remember the person's video, the original video. But I had seen these on Jessica Rapp's video. And so I went searching and I found it. And they're super cute and super fun to make. And I want to make some more of them. Yeah, she always has the really unique ideas, so I'll, of course, link her channel below. Yeah, he slept. My husband just had a low-grade fever all day. He felt so terrible. This is actually the first day he has stayed home from work all day because he was sick. Like, in probably 2 years. Yeah, he was pretty bad. And then this here, I had an extra page in my book because this is the end of May. So I scraped on some Dylusions paints. Love the vivid colors. Love the texture of the paints. And then I recreated, the girl that I had drawn back here, wherever it was. Yep, I recreated her on this page here. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and it was just, you know, to cover up an extra page. And there we have it. That's the end of the month of May in my May-June Fibonacci. I hope y'all had, you know, a nice time taking a walk through my journal. I always love filming these flip throughs because it gives me a chance to look back on what has occurred in my life and the good times, the bad times, the yucky times. So yeah, thanks for sticking it out with me. Hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.